All right, this is the Can We Talk podcast, episode 125. I have a special guest back. Well, this is your first time in this building. You've been on the pod before. Very long time ago. Episode 39 to 125 is nuts. But I'm happy to have you on. If you guys haven't watched that original 2, like me and Kess have known each other for over a decade at this point. Around 16 years.
Yeah. I'd say about,
And I always, anytime someone asks me to come on the pod, like it's either my thought process goes, wait, what happened? Because like when you sent me that, after you not responding, I was like, oh, did some shit happen? Like, oh shit. Like, cause some people, you know, if something happens, they sometimes are, you know, sometimes would like to get their spill out or get their piece out before it gets too crazy on the internet. I usually tell those people no, but for sure, I'm happy to have you on. How are you?
I'm good, and I appreciate the opportunity. 39 to 125 is crazy. I know a lot has happened in my life. I'm sure yours as well since the last time. And when you mentioned if you haven't watched it, there's really no need to go back and watch those episodes. You would have to scroll. Just stay.
You'll scroll for a long time. It's gonna be a lot of swiping down.
There's no need to go back there. But I actually do. I'm going to do that because I just need to know what. I should have did that before I got here today, actually, like brush myself up on what the hell was I over here doing last time. I was a different version of myself. I'm not going to say a completely different person because I'm still the same OG, but I have changed in some ways.
Say a lot of ways.
I'm very... modest, I guess. I don't want to toot my own horn, even though I really shouldn't. Which is why I'm also here, Calvin, because I need help to do this shit nowadays. It's hard to do it this way. This way feels so foreign, so foreign. So I'm trying to, let people know I'm still out here doing something. If you haven't thought about or heard, seen anything, my face or something that I posted, a tagged photo, video, something.
Yeah, I haven't seen you. Like,
I'm saying, especially on Facebook, because I do not be over there. Facebook,
Instagram,
mostly TikTok. Man, I'm saying, man, TikTok. Rest in peace, because this time next week we will not have it. I swear. I can't.
Allegedly, I feel like it's gonna stay. I feel like I honestly,
twist.
I honestly feel like they're gonna do some kind of weird deal with China or something, and like somehow we're gonna keep it.
I don't see that happening. I see China being stiff and keeping their app within their realm of controlling it. They let America get their hands on it.
You know what they say about like TikTok over there? Like their
about
TikTok
it being different.
And our TikTok is different. Like it's just a bunch of us dancing people, and then over there it's like things that inform the youth. Yeah,
educational stuff and like very. But I don't mind that. You know, it is what it is. This is America, and y'all should just let us have that app. It ain't hurt nobody. It's literally the best one, in my opinion.
I don't know.
Just if you want to communicate organically with people you do not know.
Yeah.
So when I first got on TikTok, I was heavy on, I don't want nobody from Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, like following me. I wouldn't even post my TikTok anything, reference it on those other platforms because I didn't want people to gravitate towards them.
You know what's weird about that? Like, I don't proactively I don't go follow people on TikTok, right? But like, because I post so many reels and I always tag like this area and things like that, my coworkers see my reels.
Yes. The algorithm in like I guess just because me and this person been on the same Wi-Fi network, you want to push me to them and be like, hey, don't you know this person? I hate that people you may know shit too. I can't tell you.
I know them. We don't fuck with each other.
We don't fuck with each other. Stop showing me them. Like, oh my God. I've blocked many of people just off the strength of like, I just don't want to see you. Like, I just don't want to see you. I'm sure you don't want to see me, but people are afraid to like lurk you on TikTok, like you can lurk on Instagram. I don't know if there's anybody.
I don't even know what that means. Is that like when it shows you?
TikTok. So like in your story views, you can see who viewed your story, but on TikTok you can see who came to your profile.
Oh yeah, my ex did that. Like one of my exes I really don't like.
Yeah.
And like when she did that, I saw it, and then like I went to her page and I saw her with her new dude, and I was like, it makes sense why we didn't work.
Yeah.
Because you like Dusty and I'm not Dusty.
Okay, so, see? Okay. Yeah. But she's bold for coming over there and allowing you to see that she like viewed your profile. I'm too like I can't give you that. Like I can't. You will never see me over here. So TikTok, I'm good at that, but on Instagram, I don't have anybody I keep up with like that anymore. It is what it is at this point. I follow who I wanna, and there's nobody like if you think I'm lurking you, I'm not. I swear to God, I'm not. But in the past, like I've been known to do that shit, and you can do that shit way better on Instagram than you ever could on TikTok.
Yeah, I don't really try to keep up with people via the internet. Like if I can't keep up with them in real life, I'm not interested in trying to keep up with them on the internet. And vice versa. Like if you're trying to keep up with me on the internet, you're not. I don't really give off too much of what I do.
I feel like I've given off the last 2 years. I've given off a lot. Like if you check 2 years ago, but now it's just straight like fitness stuff. That's all I'm really willing to give up. I don't try to do too much personal posting, but I want to get out of that. Like I don't like that I developed that mindset. Post your content is what people are always saying.
Every day I post something. It could be some food I made 7 years ago. I post something I've cooked. I post something podcast related every single day.
I do not know how to do that anymore. Like I used to just like overshare and like really use social media for what it's supposed to be used for. And now I used to even talk about people being like ghost followers or just like you're on here but you don't even post anything. You just look at everybody else's stuff. But like now I'm a ghost follower. I hardly post anything. So I would definitely want to get over that 2025. You got any resolutions? Do you set expectations for yourself?
I just kind of go with the flow. I don't really like January isn't the start for me. Like I don't have like there's nothing I came into this year saying that I'm going to do extremely different, but there will be tweaks here and there throughout the year that I'll of course make, but one thing is health. There was so I talked about this a couple episodes ago. I don't remember which one it was. So if you listen, you heard. But I had an allergic reaction to something.
Oh my God.
People know I work from home, right? But like I had an allergic reaction and we had to call EMS and they had to like come in here and do all the shit, put all the gadgets and stuff. And I learned something about my health that I didn't know prior after going through that. It wasn't the issue, but it was a issue. Mm-hmm. So learning and working to fix that and try to make that better is a goal, but I wouldn't use it as a resolution. It's just something I need to do every single year for the rest of my fucking life. But no real resolutions. I think I referenced this phrase in one of the last 2 episodes. It was I don't listen, so I don't listen to the pod, so I don't remember what episodes I'm talking about. But it was like, you know how like when you go apartment searching or home searching and they have all the furniture already there, like the model home. Like I'm in that phase of my life right now. Like I got all that I want right now. It's all there. I just gotta be able to maintain it at this point. I don't need to bring in no additional furniture. I got all the shit I need right now.
Right.
So I don't know. No resolutions for me.
I said some petty stuff like I want to stop drinking Red Bull. It's really hard.
I had to stop drinking energy drinks. That's another part of it as well.
Bad.
They are bad.
They're like
really bad.
Just like how I feel about alcohol now. Now that I really know how bad alcohol is for me, I can't like just indulge in it like I used to. And I look at Red Bull energy drinks like the same, but I'm still allowing.
I even tried to do the sugar-free ones to make me feel a little better.
I don't like that. See, I don't like the substitute. Like I feel like if you're gonna do it, you just got to do it. You got to know that this is what's in it. This is what it is. So I won't even waste my time buying one because I know what I want. I want the real deal. Did you try the one that came out for winter?
I stopped drinking them like
okay. Oh, right, ago. You did just say that, like right? It's just
ago.
Me.
Months ago.
Just me.
And my favorite one was I used to like that used to be a part of my grocery list. Like I'd go to the store and get like 6 of them for the week.
Yeah.
Like get a coupon or whatever. But the blueberry one was my shit.
Okay, yeah, I like that one.
That was my
that
shit.
one and coconut. They got one right now. It's iced vanilla berry. It's something serious.
Sounds good.
So good, too good. They must be stopped.
They know what they're doing.
It's the winter edition. It'll be out of here real soon. But man.
Yeah, I mean, life is life. I know we talked off air, and you can share as much as you want to share, but things happened after the pod last time. Again, you can share as much as you want to. Life has changed for you dramatically. Is there anything you want to speak on as far as that goes? And again, it's up to you. I'm not one of those got you podcasts.
I do have something I do. Because I I was forced to like get my shit together. And it wasn't even that it wasn't not together. Like I used to think to myself, like when I would hear people complain about like not being able to pay for whatever, I'd be like, wow, I'm so happy that I don't really like be worried about shit like that. But after going through that whole situation with getting arrested, it really like it really flipped my whole entire life upside down. Like within a year, everything was different, and I had went through a breakup where I was now looking for my own place. And at that time in life, 3 years ago, I hadn't lived alone, paid rent by myself since rent was like $7.50.
Word?
I had made it pretty fucking far in life without paying rent since them days. I left my last apartment that was on Wells Branch, actually. Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I actually left that one because they wanted me to pay like $8.50, and I was just like, bullshit. Like, I'm not paying that. I'm not paying that. So I had a series of like bouncing in between my mom's house, that relationship, and my best friend. Like, I just did that for as long as possible until ultimately that last apartment that I had with that ex, I knew I had to like get my own place, and rent at that point was like $1,200. I was just like,
it is
Jesus
nuts.
Christ.
It's nuts.
Jesus Christ. Or son, no, I don't even remember. This was 3 years ago at this point, but that was just a whole shock, because now I'm paying that much alone for just rent, and I tore up my credit. So like insurance rates are higher, credit cards are maxed. Like I'm down bad. Like I was the most hurt I had been in my adult years. Like I've been very responsible. I've had a job since I was 15 years old, and never been fired. If I quit a job, it's because I quit the job. I put my 2 weeks in.
Didn't you work at Chuck E. Cheese?
Yes, for 3 years. For 3 years, I worked at Chuck E. Cheese, and I quit and actually went back and then quit again. So yes, to answer your question, I did work there. And that was one of my first, like, because I did that job in that class in high school.
Yeah, I did too. I just didn't get a job, so they kicked me out.
So I had the job before I got the class. So
they gave you 3 weeks to get a job.
They put you out. Yeah. That shit was serious. Like, you were not graduated if you didn't get them goddamn hours. Like, it was real. So
Facts.
That was really cool. And I always just maintain employment, right? So I never was really just irresponsible in that way. Like, I probably fuck money off like the next person, but I still can take care of myself. And I always took a lot of pride in that. And at that point in life, I moved out, and it was hard in the beginning, that first year, because I had court dates, court fees, probation fees, and all these real bills again on my own. And it was really, truly the hardest year of my life. And by law, I was required to stop drinking, and I had the option to do, I had an option between the method in which I had to stop, which was by way of having a device in my car, or by way of an ankle monitor. And I actually chose the ankle monitor, because I just knew that without like there being a real reason like for me to not, like, I was going to do it.
So in your skin, what does the ankle monitor do? Does it like prevent you from going to liquor stores?
Funny, right? Because when you think about it, you don't know that they do more than just monitor your location. That one was just monitoring alcohol content in my sweat. Word? Yes. So it was like a little metal plate that sat up against my skin on the inside of the monitor. And
what if you drink in the freezer though?
What
if you drink in the freezer, like you didn't sweat?
No, like I don't know. There were people who would try to, tell me there's ways to get around it, but I was too scared to try. It's not worth having to start this process all over. And that's what I needed, because without that, I was going to try to walk that line as close as possible, and I really needed to stop. Like, I needed to stop. So being forced to stop and thinking that once it was over by law, like, I'll just get back to it. Like, I just, first I read this book, or I didn't read it. It was an audio book, and it was,
that's reading too.
It was forget who the lady was, but it was called Quit Like a Girl. And it was her talking about, just how she struggled with alcohol and substance abuse, and how she overcame it throughout, the years of like finally hitting rock bottom. And there's always a goddamn rock bottom. So most people have to hit that rock bottom before they truly can make a change. And if you don't, like, if you can, like, pull yourself up and get your shit together before it gets to that point, like, more power to you, because that is really, really fucking hard. We're talking about crazy discipline. Like, you have to really be sick of your shit to want to completely change, like, your habits. And I could only admire the people who were able to do that, because it took way more than that for me to actually, like, do it. And now that it's done, I look back over it and I'm just like, I try not to think about, you know, the negative aspect of it, and like the positives, like, you know, the fun I had and memories I made, and just ultimately knowing that, like, you know, it could have been a social thing. It really could have been. I wish it was, but it wasn't. And I had to acknowledge that. And once I acknowledged that, accepted it, dealt with it, like, I'm okay with that. So it's not to say that I never will again. I'm not on some high horse, like, oh my God, like, you know, this is the way you all need to be. Like, I still love to see it and be around it too. It's the truth.
Shout out to my friend Alex. She's one of those, like she did like the AA thing. So like she got the coin, and every anniversary she gets a new coin or something like that. So that's her shit. I have not stopped yet because I'm not ready to. But I do need to. Though. I need to drink way less than I do now. But like, no, it is hard. It is hard.
Definitely,
like, it is hard for sure. So shout out to those people who can do it without any major issues or anything like that. It is tough. Life is tough.
Yes, raw dogging life is tough.
That's why, like, when you had asked me earlier about like me wanting kids, like I do if the world was the way I think it should be.
Man.
Yeah, like if everyone just treated everyone how they're supposed to be treated, and things were affordable for everybody, if there wasn't crime, if there wasn't a state on fire, wasn't shootings.
Currently, yeah. Like, oh my gosh, the school shootings too. Like,
if there was all that stuff that I can't control was in our control, and we were just like, a society was like, hey, that's not cool. We shouldn't do that. We shouldn't do this. This shady shit shouldn't be a thing.
Well, it does. I can see it as a man. I can see how that would be, because usually men are like easy, quick to say that they want to have kids because you don't have to physically carry the fucking baby.
Oh no. And I'm always scared of that as well. Like that's trauma to a body. Like although it is a natural thing, and women do give birth and all that, but like that's still a trauma, right? Whether it's psychologically and physical, right? So there's just so many factors that like keep making me think like no.
Yeah, in this economy, in this lifetime, with Trump about to be president, like any day now, right? Or is
next week?
When's the inauguration?
Next week.
With all that's going on, I've never had like a motherly bone in my body, so it's not. Like when people talk about growing up, they always thought about never thought about it. Still don't think about it, and I still look when people pop up pregnant, like, oh my gosh, girl, what are you? What are you about to do? Like, what are you about to do? That's crazy. Like, we're not all 30 something.
Yeah, for sure. No, it's just like life is just. There's so many factors that as a parent I couldn't control that I would feel extremely uncomfortable with. Like you send your kid off to school and some fuck shit happen. You did what you're supposed to. You have them in school. Like they're doing good. And then some random weirdo decides to be weird and do some weird shit.
Disrupt all of that. Yeah, see, that's...
And it's at all levels. It's like elementary school, middle school, high school, college. Like it's all levels. It's like these motherfuckers don't stop. Like it is weird. There should be... I don't know. That's why I said that. Like, there's just so many factors that I wish I could control, and if I could, I'd have plenty of kids.
I could have plenty of kids too if I just didn't have to have them. Like, you know, like I just don't want them to physically come out of my body.
Shout out to my homie. She listens to the pod, and she hates when I talk about her. But like, remember I told you that the surrogate girl? That's her shit.
Girl, like, shout out to you, girl. Shout out to you if you see this, because I only wish I was as half as thoughtful and considerate to maybe like have that as a life path as well. Because that's a really noble, like, not even just like for the money, like you're doing something really beautiful for a family. So shout out to you, girl.
I think I don't know if I asked her or not, because she fact checks everything I say, but I think I asked her like about like the emotional attachment. And she was like,
right.
no.
She doesn't have one.
No,
it's
a contract. She's like, she signs this paperwork, she gets her money, she good for the next 9 months. She'll sit down.
Mentioned anybody not wanting the baby? I saw a freak story like that where they like changed their mind and the father took her to court. He still wanted it. It was crazy.
No, she hasn't told me any like weird stories, but like she's like lawyers are involved.
How many babies has she had?
I don't know the exact number.
I'll watch
2 or
the
3
episode.
at this time.
Just remind me what number it was.
I think 2 or 3.
I'm very interested in that. Like, and how does it?
It wasn't an episode. It was just. It's just a friend. It's just a friend. But I think maybe twice or 3 times at this point. I don't know honestly. But that's her shit.
Out here living the life.
That's her shit.
Babies.
But she was like, it's not like a game. Like there's lawyers involved on both ends.
Mm-hmm.
There's specific contracts that have to be written, and they have to be followed.
Yeah.
So maybe if that scenario happened, that maybe wasn't in their contract.
Yeah,
or whatever.
I don't think they had a contract until they needed one. So it was just some shit that used to be on TikTok, see stories, some shit like that. But that is crazy though. Like wow, to know somebody that actually does that. Like you hear about it, see it on or everywhere, but I don't know anybody personally that has done something like that.
I asked her about what's that movie with is it with Beyonce or is it with somebody? No, what's his name? Morris Chestnut, and him and his wife are using a surrogate, but the surrogate starts falling in love with him.
Oh, I actually.
And I asked her about that. And she was like, "No, there's contracts." I was like, "Oh, okay." That's the first thing that came to my mind when she told me that. I was like, "That movie with Morris. What is it called?" Like, does it happen that way? But no, it's like she's like it's very like professional contracts, lawyers, fine print, all that shit, signatures, all that shit. What the rate is, what you gonna pay me?
I would love to talk to her myself because I have so many questions.
She would never come on the pod. She's already established. I've been trying to get her on the pod, but she was like, "Hell no." She don't like being in the public eye.
Okay.
But let's transition to something that was actually tragic. Snowvid. I don't know if I asked you this then. I don't know because back then, like right after it happened, I was asking every podcast guest like, "What happened during COVID for you? Like, what happened through the snowstorm? Like, what happened?"
Oh, okay. So
it was 5 years ago.
COVID, yeah, I know that's so crazy, right? That is not COVID. That was like probably like 2020 was a really good year for me. First off, let me just say that. Same. I was newly single and accepting it, and took hold of that entire year. But I was an essential worker, so I still worked my normal shift, my normal schedule, and hated it because everybody. I mean, the world literally was shut down. Traffic was great. And at work was easier because it was like less to do because nobody's doing anything.
There weren't more like packages during that time?
No, it felt like.
So I would think people were doing more stuff.
I guess there was, but it doesn't. You can't really tell until like Christmas when there's really more packages. Like people are at home ordering stuff, but like they're always doing that. So that wasn't. I don't remember that about it. I just remember still being outside and wanting to be outside because y'all were telling me I have to go to work, so I would like to still do whatever I would normally do when I want to do it because it just didn't seem like it was that seriously applied to me. So I worked all through, even through a house party through it, and
I think I remember that.
Yeah, it was pretty. It's a pretty epic party.
I think you asked me to cook for that or something.
Yes, but see, I didn't really. Yes, I did. I wanted you to cook because I just felt like it would have been more like appropriate. Like if we pay somebody to cater, it will look like it, you know. But instead, we had somebody that wanted to cook, and they did, and I did not hear. Look, it was 5 years ago, okay? But I just thought that if we paid for catering, it would have been better. That's just what I thought. But another. That was like a different, like that's another version of me that I can't even believe, like, because to throw a party is crazy. First off, at that big age, I'm still gonna say because that was just 5 years ago, but still, it was mid 20s, getting closer to 30. Like, what are you throwing a house party in the middle of the goddamn pandemic? Like, sit down somewhere. Truly, just sit down somewhere, and it was all turned into an all-out brawl at the end because every party that's really going good just has to get ruined by a stupid fucking fight, and ultimately that fight tore up the footage that I paid a videographer to come and you know, record, and so we can get like, you know, something memorable. And because of that, like, people didn't want it to be posted. Then when I posted it, I got threatened to get beat up. And it was just like, dang, like, what did we do all this for? Like, we literally like just did something I thought was pretty fucking big. Like, had that fight not happened, that party would still be getting talked about to this. That party still gets talked about when I bring it up to this day. Nobody's sitting around wondering like, when's the next time I'm gonna throw a party? But I have thought like, what if I did at this point in life? And I just feel so much anxiety. Like, I'm not that person who I was that threw that party all them years ago with them girls in the middle of that goddamn pandemic.
Yeah.
So the pandemic, it wasn't that bad to me. The snowed in part, that was rough. Just being like unprepared. The funniest part about that for me, what I remember the most is at the start of it, because it was Valentine's Day, and that whole day it was a slurry. And Valentine's Day is my sister's birthday, so I still pulled up on her, hung out with her, and then came home. And on the way home, I actually hit the curb and really fucked my wheel up and didn't even realize it until the end of the week when all the snow had melted. Like, my car had just, even if it hadn't snowed, like, I still wouldn't have been able to drive because my shit was fucked up. But that night, Valentine's Day night, waking up that morning, I actually had a hair appointment. I was supposed to get my hair braided because I was coming into trying to grow these, and just losing that hair appointment option. And we had a big pot of chicken and dumplings that we were going to throw out Sunday, like that was sitting on the counter that we were going to throw out. Sunday sat out all night, sat out all day. And then by Monday we're snowed in with no power, essentially no food. And we're just like, what the fuck? So maybe I think we survived on sandwiches and chips, because my best friend at the time, we were living together, and her daughter, so we were like eating through her like kid food or whatever. She was with her dad's people in Manor, so she was good, but we were struggling. And by Wednesday, my brother brought us a little grill, and we heated up that pot of chicken and dumplings and tore that shit up. So that was like the most struggleless thing I've been through in my adult years. It was truly like a test of my like resilience, because I did not know how to survive without power and water. Like, I never had been through anything like that before.
I'll tell this story. So I have an ex-coworker. He was my boss at the time. He left his apartment to go stay at like his relative's house with his family, and they went back to go get some shit from the apartment they were living in, and it started to like the pipes burst, and water started coming out of like the ceiling and all the ports and shit, like just going like spouts like everywhere. And he had the wherewithal to go check on his upstairs neighbor, which I wouldn't be checking on none of these folks around here. Like, I don't know none of these people. I've never talked to these people.
Oh, that's
I don't
so
know
kind-hearted, right?
But he went upstairs to go check on his upstairs neighbor, and because he's elderly, right? So the door is unlocked, so they get into the place, and he's like face down, like face up, and water is like up to his like face. Because it wasn't his pipe that burst, it was the upstairs neighbor's pipe that burst. And he's literally, the dude's freezing cold, face up, like bare, like water's up to here.
He found him dead?
No, he was alive. If he never went upstairs, he would have been out of there for sure.
Traumatic. Oh my God.
For sure. They put it in the newspaper and everything. Like,
that happened in Austin?
Yeah. During the freeze.
Oh my gosh.
During the freeze.
I'm kind of, I was a little more dramatic than I had to be. Like, you know, it really wasn't that bad. Like,
yeah. Wow.
We made it. It was uncomfortable.
Yeah,
but
he was
wow.
because they weren't going to come back for a while.
Yeah.
So, and everyone was gone basically out of the apartment complex. So if he didn't have to go back and get some stuff,
he would have never found him.
Yeah, he wouldn't have.
What the fuck was he doing in the tub?
He wasn't in the tub. Like, the water had built up so much.
Oh my gosh.
Like, he had fallen. I don't know if he slipped. I don't know what the circumstances to how he got on the ground, but the water had built up so much that he was like, water was like up here because his pipes burst all over the place. So I was like, when I heard that, so I was like, damn, that's like one of those what if moments. Like, what if you don't go? What if you don't have to go get toys for the kid because the kid wants toys?
Yeah.
That's why they went back, to get the kid toys.
Simple like that. And that's something that wasn't even worth driving in all that bullshit to go and like do.
Nope.
So wow. Imagine that. Yeah, life is like spooky like that, right?
Yeah. And I mean, I've heard a ton of stories. Like I even have not a friend, but someone I worked with, and he was like, this is his first. He just moved here that week from somewhere else. This is his first week here in Austin. Was that week?
It's not usually like this.
And he was like, I was fucked up. I didn't know nobody. I didn't have any friends. I was stuck. Like I'm eating crackers. Like he didn't know what the fuck was happening. It was really. He didn't pack no cold clothes. He didn't have nothing. He came from like I think it was a California or something. He had no winter clothes. Nothing. Not expecting that to happen.
Yeah, and you know how when we get wind that it's gonna be bad weather, we'll go and buy out the stores and everything. I feel like we had no idea that it was finna hit us like that. So we weren't prepared. We didn't have water and stuff like that. Like we didn't have like the basics. We didn't until we needed them, and then it's like the places aren't even open. We're like walking to gas stations, gas stations are closed. It's just like, what the fuck are we supposed to do out here?
I think they ran out of gas at some point. Like people were hoarding gas,
and it was so dark. It was the darkest I ever seen it. Everywhere you go,
all the stores are out.
Yeah, just so freaky, scary, dark. Like don't even want to be out here, but
but you have to.
Yeah.
I know we were talking off air about it, but like, and I've talked about this on the pod before as well, but like, I was on the road through all that. Like, like I vividly remember. So we did 2 days, right? Because she had to. So we left Friday. Her first day at work was Monday. Oh. So we had to like go.
Yeah.
So we left Friday around 1 p.m. or whatever. We got to, I think it was Nashville. We got to Nashville at like 2 a.m. Right, and then. From Nashville, we went to Rochester, but that morning they just got like snow. So we're driving in the freezing cold snow shit. Like we have an overhead bin full of like stuff, and it keeps freezing over, like encasing itself in ice. So every time we stop for gas, we're having to like beat it to get the ice off, and it would encase itself in ice again, like thick ass ice. And we're driving on these highways, and it is just snow for acres on both sides of the road. And
you have pictures and like videos?
No, I was terrified the whole time. So it wasn't like one of those happy experiences like, oh, we're on the road. It was like, we need to make it here. We need to get here safely.
Yeah.
And we're crossing tons of different highways because I think ultimately crossed 7 or 8 states to get there from here. And the speed limit is dipping and diving. Like it's 70 here, 45, 50, 60. Like,
was like the road mostly empty too?
No, it was.
People
are used to that shit up east.
Right.
Like it's a normal day. Like 4 or 5 inches of snow is like, oh, that's light work. Like school buses were still running. I never want to
live anywhere where that is normal.
When we finally got there, like the roads are covered in snow. Like that's just the shit. School buses are out, like everyone's walking around, like slight work.
What kind of car did y'all drive?
It was like a Suburban.
Oh, okay.
But it wasn't like I don't think it was geared to do snow shit.
Yeah, like 4-wheel drive vehicle. That's how the 2021 freeze left me feeling. Like I need to have a 4-wheel drive vehicle just
it was nuts. We were going through canyons and mountains and shit, like just covered in snow.
That's really frightening.
Like it was terrifying. I had like the most. That's really when I really was like, maybe I should stop fucking with energy drinks. Because like I was drinking energy drinks while on the road, and it was making my anxiety go up through the fucking roof.
See,
because it's the fact of like not knowing exactly when we're gonna get there. Because like we put the GPS on 34 hours, and you're like, we're 3 hours in, and this is a long time already.
Yeah,
we got to Dallas, and I was like rethinking this shit.
We made out to Texas. See, and I don't like road tripping, especially just because of trying to get out of Texas. Whatever direction. Yeah. I think I've gone to Florida, I've gone to Maryland, and I've gone to Atlanta by way of driving. And each way getting out of Texas is just the most brutal. Like, I can't.
It took 34 hours to drive there. It took 4 hours to fly back.
Yeah, that sounds like I don't know, something you would just have to be willing to do. Because I would have never volunteered myself to drive.
I wanted the experience.
Any piece of those 34 hours.
And like, it was during 2020. Like, I didn't work for a year. Like, the job that I had at the time.
Yeah, so live it up. You did.
I was like, I'm getting unemployment. Like, I haven't worked for 6 months now. I'm getting paid $1,600 a week. With a little extra, and then getting the stimmy checks on top of that.
Essentially run into the ground.
We were supposed to be essential. Like, we got paperwork and everything because I worked for a security company. So like we technically still got to work. Like, when this shit's happening, people's home security is in your hands, so you got to kind of work. And we got the paperwork because I think at some point they were pulling people over and asking for documents if you weren't an essential worker.
Wow, really?
Yeah, it was like a law thing.
See, I don't even remember like that part of it. Like, for you guys who were experiencing it that way, I just took my little stimulus check money.
I think it was a Williamson County thing. I think like, because my job was in Round Rock.
They really didn't want y'all outside.
Yeah, like literally, like they would have cops on sides of the road and
crazy.
Like pull you over and ask you what you're doing. Like,
and
why are you outside?
Nobody outside.
There was nobody outside. That's how it was easy for them to pull people over. Like, I'd be on the highway by myself for a couple miles, and then they would pull people over and be like, "What are you out here for?" And you'd have to give them the paperwork saying, "Hey, I work here and such and such." Okay, cool. We got that paperwork. 2 weeks later, we got an email on a random Tuesday that was like, "So, if you don't have a computer at home already, your last day is tomorrow. If you do have a computer at home already, your last day is next Friday."
It's a hell of a way to find out, but at least you were able to get unemployment.
Yeah.
And that carried.
Yeah, my job completely closed. Like, they sold. They sold to somebody else.
We're
like,
not a company anymore.
Yeah, they were like, we don't exist.
We're not doing this anymore.
The building is still there. It's vacant.
Wow, ever since. And that's another thing too that I noticed, because I work for the post office, so I'm in these streets, and a lot of businesses, a lot of small restaurants and places like that, they closed, because of the restaurant ban, but they never came back. A lot of those places are just different businesses now. And
a lot of them had to like foreclose. Like, people don't understand. This is just my fucking chef restaurant brain. Like, restaurants don't operate at like 100% profit. Most restaurants are barely making it. No matter how busy it looks, like, it costs to get those lobster tails in that restaurant.
Yeah.
And they're charging you $27. It costs them 30 something. So their overhead is like $10. They making that at best. And then on top of that, they got to pay employees. They got to do all this. Most restaurants are failing. So any little hiccup like that, like to the fact that they can only do to-goes, out of there. Even
like our food trucks out here, like they're never really around like for too long. Because you can fall in love with one, and they'll fuck around and change their hours or change locations or just ultimately like disappear.
Yeah, food truck. I've been asked to be a part of a couple of food truck parts.
Oh, really?
But I don't want, like, cooking is like the minimum amount of owning a restaurant or a business. Like, at bare minimum, bare minimum cook. But like all the business stuff, like leasing these trucks, like these food trucks, these people don't own these food trucks. These are leased vehicles.
Oh, what? I thought people were buying them like people are buying vending machines.
No.
You seen that hustle?
Yeah. That is a cool hustle for children. I think that's lit. But like, no. People don't own these trucks, and they don't own the equipment in the trucks. Like the cooking equipment, those are leased too. People don't know that. Like, people.
It's just like when I was talking to you about people using the podcast places to rent equipment to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow, food trucks too.
Same thing. People don't own the shit. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, because some food trucks, they operate like that and it works, and then they go get a brick and mortar.
Yeah.
They don't just get more food trucks. They'll just go get a brick and mortar because it ultimately will be easier. Yeah. But like most of these food trucks are leased vehicles, leased equipment in the vehicle. And eventually, if you can't pay to keep these shits, you got to give it back to the people.
Damn.
And then someone else is going to lease that vehicle and color it different.
I knew that about the food truck industry. I really thought everybody owned their trucks and they just put all
people do own their trucks,
their menus, but we just had a bullshit ass food truck at our apartments. Do they do that here? Do they bring food trucks and try to get?
Not this one, my old one. They would do like every like Friday or something. They'll have a random truck.
Jamaican type.
It might be the one that was at my apartment then, because my old one, because there was some. I never ate it, so I don't know if it is, but
I'm sure you wouldn't fall for it like I fell for it. And there's no good Jamaican food in Austin, and I know that. Like, I know
Tony's
that.
is okay.
And I'm so shocked to hear you say that because Tony's is the one that I went one time and the rice was undercooked, and I thought maybe I got here too early. I was like the first customer of the day, but I was also at work, so I'm just trying to grab it and go. But why the rice wasn't cooked all the way?
Tony's is okay.
Like, damn.
It's not the best.
rice was crunchy.
Really?
Yes.
I've never had a bad experience.
That was my first.
And you went to the brick and mortar?
No, I went to the food truck that was
maybe
on 12th
that's why.
Street.
Maybe you was eating some least rice.
Where is it?
The brick and mortar?
Yeah.
Do you know where Planet Fitness is off of 1825?
Yes.
It's in
where
that
ice
plaza.
cream cone is?
Yeah, it's in that plaza.
Yeah, okay. See, I can try that. I've heard that too. Some people say you got to go to the restaurant, but I just feel like
there's another one
the
on
best
the way.
Jamaican food I ever had was in Killeen, and if outside of Killeen, it was in Baltimore. So,
have you had Trap House?
I actually went to Jamaica. It was the best in Jamaica, but no, I haven't had Trap House.
Trap House is pretty good too. I know the owner.
It's a Jamaican restaurant called Trap House.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
The owner used to work with me.
Put me on, Calvin.
And he used to be a server for Olive Garden. So we used to work back in the day. But like, it's in a Latin club.
Oh, okay.
It's really good Jamaican food. Like, it's really, really good.
Believe
it's not
you.
like
I would just love to get some that's actually like.
It's authentic.
Yeah, authentic. That's exactly what I was about to say, because it's always a piece of barbecue chicken with some barbecue sauce.
No, he has the real deal. He has the oxtail patties. Oh, they're next level. It's really good.
See, I'm getting hungry, and I can't even think about food like this.
It's really good.
I don't indulge like I would like to. I try to live by my caloric deficit, but
I threw that all out the window this past year. So my dumbass at the beginning of 2024, my New Year's resolution was I want to try 100 restaurants for the first time, and we got to 87. But I'm tapped out of restaurants. Like, if
how
it's
many
not,
how many were bad? Like, just was it more good than bad?
I would say 20 to 25 of them I would never revisit. Dave's Hot Chicken is so mid, and I hate that people boost it. It's so mid.
How do you feel about Cane's then?
Cane's is super mid. It's always been mid. Cane's is nasty, bro. I'm pretty sure they fry their chicken in seasoning and then dip it in water and then refry it. Because there ain't no way that chicken should taste that less flavorful. And y'all talking about the sauce.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to drench it in sauce.
Drench it too. That's what they do.
For it to be good. I don't need a fucking 6-ounce cup of sauce to dip my tenders in. Like, that's a problem. But yeah. But people keep telling me I need to try it.
Beautifully fried chicken though.
People say I need to try it, and I guess what's its origins? Is it Louisiana? It's somewhere. Like the origins of it.
Oh, really?
They say I need to try it somewhere else. I've only had it here. And I guess this is the watered down version, allegedly. But that line be long. Y'all be eating that nasty chicken.
I definitely not a fan, I guess. I've had it before. I like Zaxby's better.
Zaxby's washes Cane's easily.
Yeah, Zaxby's is real good.
I like their salads at Zaxby's. They have really good salads. I don't know how to explain why I go there to get salads, but like,
some places, really you know where to go to get what you want. See, I lost a salad spot of mine because it was a goddamn food truck.
Really?
Yeah, and now like every time I go to it, but it be closed. Like the windows never open. I call, they never answer. I even saw it one day on a trailer getting like rode down the street, and I was just like, damn, I guess it's really gone.
Yeah.
Then I saw it back. It's just like, do y'all ever open though? You
Debt collector came and got that shit. They was like, let me pay the minimum.
That's how it works. Dang, well, some of y'all have really good food, so I need y'all to figure it out. That's what I'm
saying. The food is the bare minimum of like having an establishment. Like the food can be great, but the business can be like, they could be drenching themselves in like debt, keeping the business open. People will pay their debts with like credit cards and stuff and loans and not make it back. So they're paying back those loans and credit cards, and the profit's not enough to pay it back. So they're paying out of pocket. That's why people are getting hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt with food trucks and restaurants.
Yeah, entrepreneurship in general, right?
Sucks.
Yeah, I fear it, which seems like a good way to bring up what I really want to talk about, which is becoming a personal trainer, which is something that just kind of, first time I thought I could do it was in 2021 for no reason other than I'll get like a super goal in my head, and at that time I had to attend a wedding with somebody, and I'm not even finna be in the wedding, I'm just going to it, but I just felt like I gotta look my best. So I was working out super hard, super crazy up until that point, and I just thought that yeah, I could do this. Like, I could be a trainer. I could get certified. And I had all these wild dreams, but no like real interest in pursuing. So I started a process and then just stopped. Like, I signed up for a program and everything, paid the money, and then just stopped paying the money. And they became one of these bill collectors that call me and be like, hey, you still owe us this money. Put it all the way out of my mind, went through all that arrest shit. And towards the end of being on the ankle monitor, because I did start the year off trying to exercise, because I had got like, I feel like I've been fighting off that freshman 15 since I graduated high school. You've
never been big, Kess.
See, people say that, but you don't know. And it's because I don't let you see. I don't let you see. But when I do see, it's because I've gotten small again or smaller, because I have a hard time. Like, I asked my cousin, like, once when I first started working out with my trainer, if she thought that I looked in shape, and I was wearing whatever I was wearing. I asked her if she thought I looked skinny, and she was like, yeah, I've seen you like skinnier. And I was like, well, not skinny. And she was just saying, like, we're not skinny. Like, we're not skinny. And I'm like, skinny to me is not bony. It's just like, do I look skinny? Like, what the fuck? How else can I say it? So then I said, well, do I look like I've been working out? And she told me that she's seen me in better shape. And when she told me that like, I was just like, okay. Because I know I can look better too. And I will. And you'll never be able to say anything like that to me again. So once I started working out with the trainer, I kind of, like, maybe almost a year in, one day he was late, and I had to fill in just like randomly on spot. Like, all these people are here and they don't know what to do, but I've been here kind of the longest, so I know what to do. And we just figured it out that way. And I had a conversation with him after that, and I was just like, yo, when do you like take off? I've been coming for like the last like 10 months and I've never seen you. Like, this is the first time that you've actually like missed like a session. You're always here. So like, if you ever like just want to take a vacation, like, I had time off coming up too. So I was just telling him, like, I'm open to, filling in. And he just brought up being certified and how it would be much better for him to like leave the program, like for me to lead it or whatever, if I were to be certified. Like, I can't just be dry ass up here training people. Like, I can't legally, like, if somebody got hurt, like, shit could get real bad. Like, So once he said that, I mentioned, it's like I instantly remembered that I had tried to get certified before. And I told him about it, and he was able to tell me what the program was that I had originally still owed money to. So he basically, I re-signed up for it, started taking the whole course, all the fucking reading and studying, which is never ending, by the way. And I learned so much from him, and just kind of being able to like coach his clients, my like teammates. Like, I learned so much just from being within it already. So I obtained that certification, and I'm in a position now where I'm figuring out how do I want to be a trainer? Like, what does that look like for me? And people ask if I'm taking clients, and I want to say yes so bad because I need to say yes. And I want to say yes, but I don't have a program to sell you at the moment. It's developing. I'm developing. I'm trying to step into, for the first time ever, being an entrepreneur and making money outside of working for somebody else. I've done that in small ways, but never in a way that I could truly generate like real income. So that's what we're going to do this year with this certification. There's no way I'm going to just let it collect dust and do nothing with it like I did with that bartending license. So now that I am at this point, people are like asking like, hey, people are also not serious. And I don't want to discourage anybody from inquiring about my services, my program, training with me. I don't, but it's something that you are investing in. It's your health, your fitness, and your money. So you should take this very fucking serious, because it is. And I feel like that is a mindset that you have to develop. It's not something that you're just gonna have. You're not gonna just wanna get in shape. You think you wanna get in shape, but you don't wanna do what it takes to actually get in shape. And a trainer is somebody that can help you figure out how to go about doing that. But you have to be serious. So when I say, okay, for the next 6 weeks, no soda, no alcohol, like no this, no that. Like I'm dead ass because you're gonna hinder my results that I need to see, so other people will know that this is what we got going on over here. Like I
need to get you in contact. I have a friend who she's in Dallas, but she's from here, and she has like her own thing. Like she built her shit from the ground. It's called Thug of Fitness, and they do a bunch of like group workouts, and she does all of it. She has plans. She does all this. She does all social media.
Yeah.
She's on there every fucking day, posting every single day a workout she's doing. She's working out with somebody. She's showing you what you should be doing, food, all that stuff. She's not huge, but like we've had her on the pod. Like when we went to Dallas, we had her on, and I think she's in your lane. And I think that I'm going to get
Yes, plug me in. I need to be. And also this weekend, I don't know if you see all these run clubs that are popping up all over the place.
Nope.
No, there's one in particular. It's called We Outside ATX. And I'm actually going to be, we're doing a free workout this weekend on the 18th, this Saturday. We're doing a free workout.
Where?
God damn it. Somewhere downtown, y'all. Let me look it up. They have it. I know it's downtown, and I know it's going to be at, I believe, 8 a.m. Could be wrong. See, that's the thing. Shit don't be posted when you really want to see it. They haven't even, and they'll wait until it's like days out to, where's the location? Camacho Activity Center.
And that's downtown?
Yes. It is downtown. Yeah, so I'm going to be alongside my trainer, leading this free workout. So I'm gonna be talking about it all week, trying to generate, some buzz, something, some type of something. Get y'all ass down here and do this goddamn workout. It's free, and participate in the run club too, because you don't get enough cardio in during the week either. So, and I want to be like, I've always been a shit talker too when it came to this fitness shit, but I'm trying to be a lot more humble this time around. Like I don't want to bitch, you know, I don't want to be like that. I want to be open and understanding to what people's goals are and what is it that you truly want to change about your body and how hard are you willing to do that? What kind of work are you willing to put in to do that? Are you going to give up your bad habits or not? Because if you're not, then you might as well, figure it out on your own. And that's another thing too. People love to be like, oh, I can just work out for free. You don't work out for free. You don't work out for free though. Like you don't. You don't. And there's so many ways that you can, YouTube University and all types of shit. Rest in peace TikTok, but gold mines on there. It's social media in general.
TikTok is leaving. I think
know.
I think they're gonna come in and do some shit like the fucking TikTok.
If they do, oh my gosh, like I'll be so happy because I don't want to lose.
TikTok Tickers Act or something. They're gonna do some shit.
I need to sign the
petition. Because so many people make a profit on TikTok. Like that's their income.
Yes, and I want to be one of those people. I always wanted to be one of those people. I'm mad I didn't get on there in 2020. Like I was
facts. Like I wish I got like on social media.
I was
heavy.
on there, kind of scrolling. Like
I was so anti TikTok until 2024.
Damn, now that's crazy. No, I hopped on, like, I know it came 2019. I was anti-TikTok then.
I was so anti-shorts. I was so anti-short form. Like, I was so against it until, like, the same person who I was telling you about that tragic story during the freeze, he made a TikTok and sent it to Little Caesars. Like, Little Caesars had a contest where I guess you just have to say some kind of phrase or something like that. It was during the Batman movie. Mm-hmm. So he made a 30-second TikTok. They picked him up. And he was in Little Caesar commercials throughout the whole run.
Yes, it be changing people's lives like that. Like I see stuff like that all the time.
Now he's in horror movies and that's his shit now.
All I had to do was just post my little bullshit ass TikToks in 2019.
And he was like, 30 seconds, bro.
They
flew me out to California. We filmed a couple of Little Caesar commercials with the Batman. I think this Little Caesars at that time had like the bat-shaped pizza or some shit.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
That's amazing.
And he was on TV and everything. So I was like, damn, that's crazy, man.
It can happen to anybody at any given moment. You never know what's the next viral thing going to be.
Now he's a rapper.
See, and, I'm not hating on the whatever you got noticed for to pipeline to music. I'm not gonna hate on it in 2025. If y'all want to still make music, you go on right on ahead and you make that music.
Also, podcasters, I hope you guys continue to try. Like,
yes,
this is podcast. I was telling you a couple of days ago, I was like, this is podcast season. This is the season that people start pod. They'd be like, my New Year's resolution is I'm going to start a podcast. They go on this whole rollout run for months and then end up doing 4 episodes. I want y'all to keep doing them, because if you're doing it for the wrong reason, it's never going to work. Like, I don't care if I get a view. I don't care if I get negative views. Like, I'm okay with it. I don't do this for views. I do this because I want to do it. Like, I love podcasting. It's fun. Like, you get to get conversations from certain people that you never would get unless they're lit or unless they're talking in like super private. Like, people come on here and they actually like have shit to say. So I hope podcasting, I hope y'all keep going. Yeah. I hope y'all people with 15 episodes get to 16. I hope y'all with 4 get to 5. Like,
stay the course.
It's fun. Like, if you treat it like it's fun, you'll be all right. But if you treat it like it's a bill and you got to pay for studio time and then people don't show up to your pod because this and that, it's not going to be fun, man. It's not going to be fun.
Because there are some struggling podcasts out here, and I have one in mind right now that I used to kind of be on, and guy actually reached out not that long ago, maybe a month or 2 ago, and wanted to see if we could reconnect and talk about, I'm sure, nothing, because there's nothing going on over there. And I'm so tired of this said person blocking me and then months later unblocking me and thinking that we can just
run it back,
reconcile. No, it's actually fuck you this time. Like, hard fuck you this time. I have no desire to ever be a part of anything that's going on over there in that direction. And also, I just want to say this just in case you post this clip anytime soon, I can use it. I would like for you to stop posting my clips. Stop posting me. And this podcast really gets no views. Like, you've killed all the momentum over the last couple of years just by simply fumbling your opportunity to do your thing every single time. I've seen it, been a part of it, watched you fail, watched you try to succeed again, and watched you fail again. So I don't understand why you would block somebody from said podcast, right? And still post clips of them.
Nah, that's my move.
Well, I don't like that shit about you podcasters. Shit. I
love posting clips of people I don't fuck with no more. Watch this motherfucker get some views. You can't do shit. That's my shit. That's my shit, though. I'm not gonna lie.
I just had to spend like 10 minutes of my day when that person resurfaced in my DMs. I had to go through in my tags on Instagram and remove, because you've been tagging me all this time that I've been blocked. How does that work?
Oh, I don't tag folks. I just post
it.
I just repost it.
Hang
I
it
don't
up,
really tag it.
My nigga, hang that up. So, but I wish you kind of well. I do wish you well. I shouldn't say that. I'm working.
I wish all podcasters do what they want to do. Whatever
Some
works.
Some people are actually getting exactly what they deserve, and that's okay. And we should not interfere with that. That is God's plan. You gonna make it out. You gonna be all right. But there's probably been a for sure sign that you should have gave it up a long time ago. It's not to be discouraging. It's just to be real. Like, bro, it's not working. I'm sorry. We all need to find our lane. Stay in it and don't crash out, right? All right, I'm starting to feel like this is one of my older episodes. I was doing really good, being positive and professional. A little bit of that old me is still me.
Yeah. Studios are cool. Again, like I told you, I was like, I think the ideal of a studio is fantastic, right? You get to have some of the best equipment in the universe filming you. But if you don't have the consistency and you don't have the drive to do it, what's the point of paying for it?
Just another bill.
It's not even, studio time is not even priced the way it should be, because like, and that's a whole, I can't talk about that for like 3 hours, but like, I never understood the studio feel. Like, you don't get to personalize shit. All this shit is cookie cutter. Y'all using the same fucking microphones.
Yeah.
Everybody. Same setup. No matter who you are. Your podcast could be black as shit. But your set is the same as Charlie and them. Like, you don't get to customize shit. The only reason I do it this way is simply because like I get to do whatever the fuck I want. and I don't have to abide by a schedule. Right?
Yeah, that's it.
If you buy studio time, your slot is 5 to 7. If your guest gets here at 6:30, guess what? You got a 30-minute episode and you pay for 2 hours. And I can travel with this stuff. We've gone to Dallas. We've gone to San Antonio. We most likely will never do Houston ever. Houston's a mess. I'm never going back to the city of Houston ever.
No, I'm scared of Houston just because of the driving. Like I'm
it
always
is
intimidated.
so crazy. Like everyone lives on opposite sides of the city. No one lives downtown. Everyone's an hour and a half away. Like, oh my God, it's nuts. Like we literally last time I went, right? It rained the whole time from leaving here to getting to Houston. Heavy rain the whole time.
And Houston floods really badly.
And then when we got to Houston, so we stayed at the hotel in the Galleria. We got to downtown. We stood in traffic for 2 hours, bumper to bumper, in rain, heavy rain.
And there's a lot of Houston. They don't. It's too dangerous. The boss hogging, the swerving. Like I couldn't imagine being in 2 hours of traffic with that.
It was too much. And then like we were just downtown. We stayed downtown. We stayed in the Galleria, which was a cool experience. It was cool to be able to stay in that hotel, elevator down, and then go to the Galleria and hang out. That was cool. But outside of that, it was like, nah, I'm not coming back here.
Everybody wants to be in Houston nowadays too. It's like
I'm not coming. And they don't want to be in the part of Houston they talk about. No one lives downtown. Everyone lives on the outskirts.
Right.
No one actually lives in downtown Houston, which is where the cool shit is.
Yeah.
No one lives there.
I wouldn't know. That's where my boyfriend's from, though. Shout out to Mo City.
Yeah, Houston's cool. It's a cool city, but yeah, I'm never going back. Although, like, I lived there for a while. I've been there thousands of times. I'm never going back after that last experience, unless I fly. That's the only way.
See, yeah, and it's worth it too because that 3-hour drive can really turn into 5. You never know.
Literally, unless I fly, I'm never going back. Unless I have to be there. But yeah, it was
honestly, I'll probably be there in March. Probably be there in March.
And I'm also going to say this as well. Houston does not have better food than Austin.
See,
I get attacked on the internet all the time for saying that. And I'm so serious. Houston does not have better food than Austin. They may have better brunch spots and seafood. I'll give them that.
I think it's the lounge,
that's what I'm saying. Like brunch spots, atmosphere, like you can go kick it with a bunch of black folks.
Is it really the food or is it the vibe?
Yeah,
it's the vibe.
I'm not a brunch guy anyways. Like I really don't want to be sitting down listening to Lil Baby while I'm eating eggs. Like, that's just never been my shit.
I don't like the club music in the restaurant.
Yeah.
Type of that's a lot.
Dallas is a way better city. Just saying.
I see why you're gonna get attacked on that last little part right there, bringing Dallas into it. But shout out to the major cities of Texas.
Yeah, San Antonio's lit too. We went to San Antonio during what they call Fiesta, which is like their shit. Like that's their year like giant festival. It was nuts. It was so packed. It was so crazy. But like we had a nice little Airbnb in a gentrified area. I told Robin, I was like, anytime you go to any hood, if you at least see one white woman walking a dog, you're good.
You're okay. Yeah.
You're good. You're in a good place.
They would not be here. Unlike the ones on 7th Street.
You would not. They would not be walking their dog at night if there was danger here. So we're good. All right.
I definitely would think that hitting those 4, Dallas, Austin. I'm in Austin. But Dallas, Houston, and San Antonio, I definitely need to give me a restaurant in each one of those cities that I could go to. And
so San Antonio has they have a food truck park called El Camino. Mm-hmm. It's bright pink, like it's all like I don't know how to explain it. Like the lights are like super bright pink, so everything is pink. Like your hands in front of you look pink. Okay. And there's like 4 or 5 food trucks in there. I don't know if you ever seen. There's a viral place that's in there. I didn't try it because it was like $60, but they have like this big ass beef rib, mac and cheese, and like a tortilla, and you pull up the rib.
Oh God, no!
5 trillion calories.
We do it too much. I would never want to eat
like,
that.
They have like mad taco spots in there, really really good food, and it's downtown. So like our Airbnb was in downtown, so it was like a 5-minute ride. Me, my sis, and Robin went, but El Camino for sure is lit. The Jerk Shack is super lit. I've been going to the Jerk Shack since it first opened in like 2015. They've opened 2 restaurants now, And shout out to Chef. She's awesome. She's really talented. She also opened up another restaurant that we went to last time called Freight's Chicken. So Jerk Shack, Freight's Chicken, El Camino, San Antonio. Houston, food is mid. But if you like dumplings, I would recommend Golden Dumplings.
Okay, like is that like soup dumplings?
Yeah.
Oh yes, I do. I do like dumplings.
They have some really, really good dumplings, so I'd recommend that. Didn't really. Oh, I can't think of the name. I'll try to find it after the pod. But there's a Japanese restaurant. It's a chain now. It wasn't then when we went, but like inside of the restaurant, it looks like you're in Japan. Like you're legit in Japan. Like if you open the door, you would never think this is behind the door.
Okay.
Really good food. They have good dumplings. They also have what's called ome rice, which is like rice paired over fried rice. It's really good. So
is that with that egg and they slice it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's really good. And then that's Houston. Dallas, I'm not going to lie. Our last time in Dallas was really mid. Like really, really, really mid. We tried like 7 different places and they were all mid.
Damn.
But there's a Korean barbecue place slightly outside of Dallas in Plano called, I don't know the name, but I'll get it to you.
Okay.
And there's also like it's not a food truck park, but it's like a pier with a bunch of restaurants. And there's a place called is it Biscuit Co. or something? It's a biscuit place, and it's really some of the best biscuits I've ever had in my life.
Better than Bird?
They're neck and neck. They're neck and neck. They're neck and neck. I wouldn't put one over the other. And here there's a plethora. We did 87 restaurants across those cities this past year, but like we've tried a lot of fucking food. Dip. I don't know what the rest of the name is, but it's a hot pot / like fine dining restaurant in Austin off of Burnet. It's really, really good.
Have you ever been to Soup Leaf?
I have not been there, but I've heard great things about it.
Yes, we're going there next Sunday, actually. Love that place.
Because I think I posted something about like Hot Pot Alley in Cedar Park, and they were like, no, you got to go see Soup Leaf. I've just never made it there, but I've heard about it.
Yeah, just make you a reservation, and you will, oh my God, so good.
There's so much good food here. People don't
it really
talk
is.
about it. Because people don't go anywhere. Like, I stopped arguing with people who sit here and say Shortstop's really good. I just stopped arguing with people.
Shortstop is not good anymore, guys. It's not.
I've only been there twice in my life.
Well, no, it was good growing up, Calvin. It was, especially when they had the slushes and they had the different flavors. Once they got rid of all of that.
I didn't even know they had that.
Yeah, they used to be like, you can get green apple, blue raspberry, watermelon. They had all types of shit like that. Now you just get a fucking strawberry lemonade.
I haven't been as an adult. So
I think their fries are still good, but.
Not a Damn Chance burger off of 7th.
Off of 7th, okay.
One of the best burgers, if not the best burger I've ever had.
Not a damn chance. I can remember that. Mm-hmm. And really, because every once in a while, you got to have that cheap meal. So it is. It's really good. Where would you go and get soup dumplings out here?
So there's a new place that opened up within the last couple months we went to called Dumpling World.
Dumpling World. Have you ever been to 1618 on Riverside?
Oh, we don't go there. No, we don't go. We don't go south. We don't go south. Might as well be nothing out there.
I just thought I would ask before we get out of here.
Is that Chinese?
Yeah. I've
heard of it. Someone has mentioned it to me. I was like, we don't go south. I'm sorry.
It's pretty good though. If you were to, they have a brisket pho that I think is top tier.
Best pho's in Stonehill in Pflugerville.
Stonehill in Pflugerville. Okay, is that over there by the water park? That shopping center over there.
It's right next to Torchy's. I can't think of the name, but best pho.
I know exactly where to go.
Best pho.
I've been looking for a place in Pflugerville because the one that I used to go to on the south side, it closed. It's a La Michoacana.
Yeah, so that's not even words. Like we don't. The South be doing some shit over there.
Yeah, they turned it into one of those grocery stores. So. It didn't even relocate. That's the anyways.
Yeah. That's what happens with these restaurants. I was sad that Fish Daddy's is out of here.
I didn't go to Fish Daddy's, so
that was my shit.
Yeah,
it's a Mexican restaurant now, as of last week.
As of last week, actually, that's quite sudden. Actually, yeah,
literally. But yeah, this is a good pod.
I agree. Yeah, thanks for letting me come in. And
Yeah.
I feel like it took me a while to loosen up.
Yeah.
But once we started talking, things started playing. So,
yeah, for sure.
Just appreciate it always. I love that you've still been doing your thing, and don't stop, Calvin.
I won't. Sometimes I want to. So, there's been times where I've been like, I really don't want to do that. I really don't want to continue talking to folks. And I told you too, like, people hit me with the most weirdest shit ever. Like, I don't know if you remember, like, this weirdo pedo dude was like going viral in Austin, and like he wanted to come on, and everyone was like, that episode's gonna go crazy. I'm like, I don't want that.
Yeah.
I'm not giving platforms to dudes like that.
That was
cool.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
I am okay. I don't think he needs to be on this platform to give his story.
Yeah, he can just make his own video.
Yeah,
and
you
post
can just go live, man.
Yeah.
Go live with a ring light. You good, bro? Oh, this is good. 16, like we met when we were like 16, right?
Yeah, 16. I was at like sophomore, junior year, high school.
16 years ago.
I have a really early memory of like getting into a like boys versus girl type of argument with you, and
probably
hanging up on you and like crying, and my dad sitting me down and talking to me about like how men are, and I just need to, not get so upset behind things that oh my God, Calvin. Yeah, we go back, like, 'cause my parents were still together.
My mom and your mom went to school together.
Yeah. So that too. And shout out to still being, local. I know you're kind of, not born and raised here, but
I mean, I'm born, but I'm from here. I'm Pflugerville till the day I die.
Yeah, you just had that Hawaiian upbringing that it was vastly different from what you came over here to. So.
Facts.
But yeah, if this is where you landed and been, like, shout out to the locals. We're outnumbered.
I love transplants, by the way, though. I love transplants. Transplants but getting snatched up quickly in the city. They can't be from somewhere else for more than 10 seconds before they get pregnant. Yeah. These niggas be getting no transplants pregnant,
yeah.
Yo.
Yikes. Yikes. You guys are not afraid of this economy.
Facts.
Y'all show me every day.
Every day. No, but this is good. This is a good episode. We just got some pictures to take, and you go home, go to sleep, wake up at 3 a.m.
Yeah. 5 a.m. gym, girly. Don't let 2025 pass you by without considering at least a 30-minute something a day. Some type of exercise. If you're not moving at all throughout your day, like those of you that work from home, maybe you're struggling in that way.
I actually like taking the trash out because I have to like go down 3 flights of stairs.
Do a little more. Yeah, the third floor was crazy. I'm definitely a first floor shawty, so that was like, okay, well, good thing I work out because I'm not tripping. So I had a great time, Calvin. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. This is the Can We Talk podcast, episode 125. You guys enjoy the rest of your night, and thank you guys for listening. Goodbye.